Starting. I think we're live.
Oh god.
Cauldron is up.
We'll use Ming for a couple of polls.
Yeah, the cauldron is still down.
Is it up or down? Because you've just said both.
It's like a bridge, isn't it?
There's
Is the bridge open or is the bridge closed?
It just finished.
There's a word for that. A word that's got two meanings, even though they're opposites. Fuck, what is that? I watched a Vsauce video about it the other day.
Yeah, I think I watched the same one.
Word that means opposite, even though it's
You mean juxtaposition?
It's like an inflammable substance, which isn't actually inflammable.
homonym is when it's the same. It sounds the same, but it's a different word, I think.
Homonym is that sounds the same, spells the same, but it's got two different meanings.
Yeah. Read paused, guys, until we figure this out.
This is now an
homonym
English
then.
literary Jesus.
It's pi
Homonym
all
that
over
acts as an
again.
antonym, basically. It's not juxtaposition, 'cause that's two words.
No, it's not.
No, juxtaposition. Am I thinking of oxymoron?
You're a fucking
Yeah,
moron.
that's
You're a moron.
Oxymoron is one word, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So is juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Jen, you teach kids.
Right.
I don't teach them juxtaposition.
Exactly.
For high school.
Just think how intelligent they'd sound to their parents if they dropped that word into conversation.
Juxtaposition, in fact, two things being seen or placed close together with a contrasting effect. Oxymoron. Figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. No, it's not an oxymoron.
No.
Juxtaposition.
No.
Fucking hell, Flishing out the gates.
Yeah, man.
Why does it still say Bond doesn't use his trinket? Oh, because he's not.
Buggy piece of shit.
Mystery solved.
Was it ready? Check rolling, guys. We'll get pulling.
Look at these people not eating.
I did.
Too good for.
You don't even have a gem in your Cephus. What the fuck? Fuck Cephus.
He's a
What the
warrior.
fuck?
He's a warrior, dude.
Oh
So
my
many
god.
different ways of saying Cephas.
It is Cephus. Calm down.
No, it is Cephas.
No.
Because it's named after one of the Diablo 3 programmers.
His name is clearly Cephus.
Right.
Pronounce the U grapheme in many ways.
Let's pull, please. Please, just pull. I just want to die. Big focus, guys.
I can't hear us.
Oh, okay. Well, look,
Panic.
big focus on survival now, guys. We've got a week aura. It's telling us what to do.
It says Cephus.
Oops. Bumblaster, did you just say damn where you could have said dang?
Oh, frick. Darn.
Oh.
Darn.
Or darn? So many options.
That's also quite American. Damn.
No, you don't say that. It's a Christian guild, Jen.
I'll just say,
It's not just Christian.
for fuck's sake.
We don't want to get banned.
Oh yeah, we're live on YouTube. Is it YouTube or YouTube?
No. Just Blizzard.
Sure.
Censorship.
Right.
Why can't you hit Dickport?
Sveta, have you boosted the sound level?
You can't hear
You
that
unmuted.
question.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my problem, is it? Yeah, Strats should definitely try talking.
Does Fed even ever listen to Discord?
No.
Well then.
He listens. He listens to it when he listens
I
to
don't
it when
think
Fonz
that's
is
working,
shouting at him.
Svet.
Right, guys, I just have a poll. Come on.
It's magically gonna fix itself, right?
Yeah.
That's how technology works. Power of magic.
Melee spread.
Got the boss.
I can't cast!
Oh no!
Move.
Who's that crit buff? What the frick?
Got him.
Oh, you gave me the crit buff early.
I got him. It's fine.
Oh, dear.
Dodge.
Don't fuck with the bunny, dude.
Can you not move either? Some
I-
People are AFK. Oh no!
Don't get this until after the cone. No.
I should have the boss.
Got him.
Ooh, that's
A long way off.
Spread.
Stretch your butt cheeks.
I've got him.
You keep him fine. Yeah, good job. No repair cost for me.
Hmm.
Good evening.
Urgents.
Good evening.
Did we have some AFKs on that pull, or are people just still bad at dodging the first cone?
I don't even know. I couldn't cast for the first, 60 seconds of that fight.
You mean the first 10 seconds and then you died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you typing in Discord?
I may have been typing.
Check to see if your mum didn't unplug your keyboard.
That would be some sick-ass trolling.
Afflished.
Can Sveta hear us now? Looks like.
Yeah, alright, cool. Ming's just doing a couple of pulls and he has to go, so we'll swap you around.
Yeah, no worries.
There's a weak area for you to import. I've DM'd you it.
Yep.
Right, let's go. Melee spread.
Got the boss.
Your weak aura might not be working, Alpha.
Got him. Nope.
Dodge cone. Don't grab these until after the cone.
Where the hell's
Ah,
Dodge.
shit. 4. Move.
Got him.
Dodge.
Oh.
What?
It wasn't... It could be me, but it wasn't me.
Oh, I'll put him.
Dodge.
I've got a
Someone do
buff.
dirty.
I feel like the number of the Tortured Rage is one too high.
Hehe.
Wow. Did I just grab aggro for half a second, or?
No, I told him to,
Okay.
but whatever.
There was a big Wiggers update. I don't know if that
No.
affected things.
Quick, everyone.
Nah.
quick.
I tried to tell him before the bus went up, but it was just before the site went up.
I think I missed a rage in my countdown thingy.
Fleece is still up.
They're happening pretty quick, please. So
Yeah.
I think I got mine. Just
I think we're gonna get an 8th then ahead of the 5th cone.
Alright, let's go.
Hello?
Melee spread.
I've got a buff.
Fleas left.
Got him.
This is 2.
Dodge.
next one's yours, please.
Yeah.
I've got a buff.
That's 4.
I should have him. Come with me, little one.
Okay.
Jed,
Got him.
wait.
What?
What?
Slow down, you need an escort.
I got him, Sven.
Ah. Sorry, phone scared the shit out of me. Ah, that is not where. Ah, fuck's sake.
Dodge.
This rage needs to move a bit faster, I think.
Alright, save yourself a repair.
Move a bit lesser.
Faster.
Faster.
Yeah, sorry.
A couple of times then, people needing an escort were using like movement increases and blinks and raptors and stuff. Try to be aware if you need an escort. People can't keep up with you if you do that. There's never a rush to get out of the group with your soul blight. Generally.
You really, really, really don't want to get stacks of the debuff by being on your own.
Unless you're like dying.
Unless you're a blood DK maybe.
It's
No.
fine to get one stack as a warlock as well.
1 stack, yeah, but if you need an escort and you're running ahead, you've
Yeah.
easily got like 5
Obviously
stacks.
not desirable.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Melee spread.
Got the buff.
Oh, that was Riemann, I think.
Yep.
Oh, that was me. Oh god.
Oh shit. Tell me back. Or don't.
Dodge.
I got a soothing striker, didn't I?
Don't grab until after. Brace should get back in as soon as you can.
I'll let you take this third. Now I'll grab him.
Dodge.
I should have him. Come to me. No.
This is 5.
Got him.
Dodge. Get your buff and then spread.
Stay spread, yeah.
Regroup.
Do his scythe. There you go.
Dodge.
Got him.
He's off.
Way
Yeah, by a lot.
Target someone with rage.
Alright. Good night.
Let's. You can tank me, it's fine. I believe in you. Yeah. Great job. Run in the fog. Yeah.
Fons,
Yo.
can you adjust the healer thingy bit
Notes.
in the note from Tafiti 1, 2, and 3, and then everybody 1 up, and that should be fine. Because Tafiti usually took the first 3.
Can I just ask Jen, how was your combo? How did it feel?
Alright, but I couldn't feed it well enough because it wasn't much damage really.
On the 7th there was a lot of damage, so I just like popped some of my stuff
And
there.
the
Was
Fons,
that alright?
the 8th one should be spread.
That should be sweat, right? Yeah.
For 8.
No, 8. Okay.
Which one
Yeah,
did you
we get 8 before the 5th cone.
So you and Jen are gonna take the 7th one. Yeah, I will have 2 radiances ready for 6 or 7 or 8. So if we need more healing there, you can just tell me when I should pop them.
I think we should be alright, but if you want, or if you can, I think Jen's Cloudburst is now 6, so if you save something up for that. I mean, it's very random who you're going to be able to Radiance and who Jen's going to Cloudburst.
Yeah, exactly. But doesn't Cloudburst like heal everyone evenly?
Yeah, but it's in a radius around the totem, yeah?
No, it's around the player. But yeah. It's
Let's have another try, see how much you can do with it.
It's all injured people within 40 yards of me.
Alright.
It's not totem based.
Oh yeah, it's the racist totem, I forgot about it. The totem that wants nothing to do with other totems.
Ally spread.
I got a debuff. Got him.
Dodge.
Do it, Ned.
That was a cleave.
I've got a buff. I should have him. Is that far enough?
Yeah. Got him.
This is collect your buffs and then spread. Regroup.
Nice.
I've got him.
Got a buff. Got him.
My precious buff.
Oh, it fell off.
Too many people dying, man.
Yeah, save your repairs at this point. I think we've survived as much as we need to test the cooldowns for.
These cooldowns, these buffs should not have gone out, basically. And that means that the rage buff for that can't go out either.
There was one death that I was watching in particular. It was Vilcinus. He did all of his movement right. Everything was fine, but he just didn't get any significant sources of healing for like 5 seconds.
I also, well, muted myself so I couldn't call out for escorts as well.
No, it shouldn't have to.
I think you may have had a stack of fear, but the escort wasn't quick enough. I'm just going to do the Shins Ming swap.
I'm not spot healing at that point, so other people need to be helping.
So that was the 7th.
We got to a 9th there. We should never have gone to a 9th.
I'm just looking for an opening for my rapture. So you think it was 6 or 7 that we needed more spot heals?
Around the 6th.
I thought it was Shamans that had Raptors.
Rapture or Rapture.
Velocirapture.
You can say rapture in many different ways, you know.
Does that mean it's a homonym?
Fons likes to say rapture.
Rapture.
It wasn't an issue this pool, but can people with rage remember that the cone can target them?
Yeah, cast.
Quite a lot of the time they're not actually stacking properly.
Yep. We need to keep an eye out for that.
Fons, can you push the note out again, mate?
Fucking hell. This all went wrong last time I tried.
Oh no.
It's fine. Shins, I'm just going to quickly talk you through the Weakora we're using. You might want to delete the one you had previously, the bundle for this boss, because they'll both be doing overlapping stuff. But what this one does differently is, depending on what the boss's energy levels are, when you get a Soul Blight, it will give you some sort of instructions of how you need to handle your Soul Blight. So it'll give you a number 1 through 4 and a little description. Number 1 means you've got loads of time to drop your Soul Blight and get back to the group before the cone drops, so just handle it like you would in heroic mode. Number 2 is you've got a little less time, but you can still make it there and back, so just run sort of halfway back, don't run to Africa with it, give yourself time to get back into the raid. Number 3 is the hardest one. You basically need to stand just behind the raid, so you're out of everybody's way, and as soon as the cone cast starts, just roll off to one side, and as you're rolling, your blight will probably drop. So you just need to dodge the cone as soon as the cone cast starts, be running away from the raid, and just plan to drop your soul blight as you're moving. And then the 4th one is just stay in the group, dodge the cone, and then drop it. That's what everybody's trying to learn at the minute. Not everybody's getting it right yet, but it has aided our consistency in getting people alive in this phase.
Cool.
Oh, I think Alpha had to just take some pork out the oven.
Didn't you set it on fire like last raid?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
What, it's pork?
Oh, just microwave or whatever it's.
We could just leave him dead and have a pull there, couldn't we? Yeah, we'll do that.
Sure.
We'll do that. Look at all these raptures.
No flesh for a 90-man raid. Once we're back 20, I'll put one up.
Sav, that's the worst looking raptor I've ever seen.
Angry is angry. Oh, pissed off.
Bloodlust.
Got the boss.
Got him.
Dodge.
I've got a buff. Should
Dodge.
have him when he's done. Come to me.
Got him.
Dodge.
So.
Yeah, you moved early with the gifts. That's the one we wait for the con, then move.
Red?
Oh, he was sniping.
That might have been me.
I got to heal nothing there.
I think.
That's all.
It's lucky this isn't a serious attempt.
When does it get serious?
No
When
one
there's
dies
20
to
of us.
anything.
When we have alpha?
I'm the alpha now.
Now we flinched. Remember to repair while it's up.
Well, we can mount here.
Yeah, but still, this is Jeeves. Don't forget about it. Spine.
I've got the weak aura now. It insults me if I don't. Well, it doesn't really insult me.
Was there any problem at the third rage?
No, it was fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I mistimed. I was too late, basically.
There's one ninja
That
now.
fucked up gens.
Fucking hell, please.
I'm sorry.
Give me my glory.
Melee spread.
Oh, need to grab him. Got him.
I got a buff.
Dodge.
I got him.
Melee spread. Don't grab these until after. Nice soul blight. Whoever that was.
You just walk through everyone.
Ah.
They stunned him.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Well then.
Who dropped that soul blight right in the raid?
You mean the rage or the soul blade?
The soul blight. One was dropped on the buff. Just as everybody was running to go get their buff.
I think we needed a detective for that.
It might have been me, but he told me to drop it behind
Call
there
in
was somebody
Serena.
already there, so what was
My one was on green.
So we'll call rewind.
I would have died regardless. Somebody was already there.
So go another place.
Yeah, just find another spot, Jen.
Well, there's a bit of an issue where you've got people dropping soul blights who trying to make their way back into the clump that are blocking people that are running in with new soul blights. Not only risking themselves being blown up when they end up at the spot where the other person is dropping their soul blight while it's happening. So
I'm missing a cloud burst there as well because I keep getting soul blight to run out.
Let's go.
We go.
Yep. Melee spread.
Got him.
Got a buff.
Ah.
Dodge.
I got soulstone.
What?
Don't get these until the cone. It's a fact you need to be stacked, so you're baiting that cone wrong.
Mate, where are you running?
I'm dead. Go away. I had
Just count targets, Fed.
Got it.
Dodge.
That's the wrong side.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're a genius, man.
Let's wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, boy. Oh.
Can range stop casting on top of the buffs? Like they're just standing there chain casting abilities. Like get your buff and get off it, so people can get to the buffs. Or am I missing something?
No, people should get back into the clump. I've been
Just
sort of-
seeing people stand on it until the buffs despawn, because for them it's a DPS increase, not to move. But like, it's impossible to pick your buff up because everyone's staying there.
We need everyone to stack anyway. I've been pushing for this as well. Earlier, when people are dropping off their blight, get back into the group if you can. And do your movement first, and then cast again.
Yes, same for fairs. Sometimes you have people.
Just make
dropping
straight
blights.
movements and then get to your position and then resume casting. Don't do half a movement cast, half a movement cast, because it's fucking up people trying to escort you or trying to help you out.
Sav will swap you for things after this one.
Oh shit.
Get flushed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Melee spread.
Got them up.
Okay.
What?
Are you not using abilities?
Oh, druid.
Right, last swap, and then we'll we'll have a raid comp for the next few hours.
Flashed.
No, not
already
yet. We're
up.
swapping first.
No, I mean it's
Okay, yeah.
or it's still down.
Is it up or down?
It's down on the ground.
But it is up in the Pantheon.
Somebody playing with a squeaky toy? Or a child?
Please?
Isn't that a bird?
I deny all responsibility.
Sounds like a parrot.
I also don't have a parrot.
That's nice.
Sav's not feeling very well, by the way. He's not been benched for his piss poor performance. Yeah. Get well soon, Sav.
Yeah, bye bye, guys.
Cheers, dude.
It's I already know what it is. It's a panda.
But Savitar is still here.
Boo.
Yeah, he needs to.
booted him. He just alt F4'd, I think. So
Yeah, I think so.
note for future: if you're leaving the raid, don't just alt F4. I'll stone first.
Should be fixed in half a minute.
Would that mean that he could actually help attacking the boss for like
For a minute, yeah.
He's gone, I think. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, he can, but the West Wingers can't come in, so you're still stuck with 20 people.
For a minute,
like
and then
you get
19.
Yeah.
We almost uncovered the secret to this fight then.
No, there was wasn't that Star Augur where monk tanks could go and Hearth home, or Zen meditation home, and or whatever it's called, and then respec DPS and come back in.
Yeah, but that's the same amount of people in. You're not getting an extra person in.
No, but that's that
just sounds weird.
Similar kind of cheap.
Why would they do that?
Oh, you didn't only need one tank, and you just got an extra DPS.
Let's also use an MNR. By Shadow Priest.
Wouldn't you just go in as DPS?
No, there was a reason for it.
To get rid of one of the
Melee spread?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit, I should have picked him up.
Let me get.
And now I've got a buff. Alright, got him.
We've got like multiple stacks of debuff shins.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, a bit more.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Ratio, can you stack back up? Because yes, thank you.
I got a buff.
Don't go on Slaughtercon.
Got him.
I got a buff.
Shit. Stay spread.
I got him.
I'll take him now, so don't have to wait for a buff.
Alright. Just go die after this con. So that's, for anybody who's not clear, that's the point when we should be pushing. Obviously we carried a couple of deaths quite a long time into that. We really need to start squaring up on these deaths now. I know it's a silly thing to say, is we need to stop dying, but up until now it's kind of been a leisurely approach to pulling this boss. I'm just kind of like, okay, people are dying, that's fine, let's keep going. But now we really need to understand why people are dying and identifying cases where it's happening more often than not.
Dead Totem's death was kind of odd because he was being healed. He had a soul blight.
He walked into this.
No, I was still for a second. I got the soul blight. I started moving and instant death.
Just be moving when it drops.
No, it's not the soul blight that killed me. It was weird. It's the death fog that killed me, but I wasn't even near it.
Lag.
We hear that a lot, you know, it's like, oh, I died and I'm nowhere near it. The game thinks you were, so you were. Just give it more margin. It's not.
I'll give it more.
Right, let's go.
Oh, flished in the countdown. Oh.
Optimization, dude.
That's how we roll.
Got him.
Melee spread.
Sveta move.
Do you have the weak auras, Svet? Dodge.
That was weird.
I've got him.
NASCAR.
Don't grab until after. Grab now.
Got him.
Excuse me?
Were you nowhere near Fons?
I got scythed.
Ah.
Got a buff.
Fuck's sake.
Bread.
I should have grabbed him there. Grab him now.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's on me.
Go,
I saw the
go, go.
Yeah, Dad, you need to hug the cone when you have rage.
Do it.
Just save yourself a repair, guys. Yeah, we need to start. That starts slipping in quite a few times. These casters with the rage standing off in Africa somewhere. Just find yourself a spot near the back, hugging the cone.
Not too close, but also not too far. As vague as that is. Flish is still up.
That was weird the sight because I got hit by it, but I didn't die. But
Alright, big man.
somehow
Fucking hell.
somehow Fons died.
Nobody likes an hard man.
What he's
Jesus.
saying is he didn't even take damage from it.
No, I just took half damage. It didn't give me.
Alright, let's go.
Get more male loot than Fons. Need the armor.
What's the point of that ice shield if it doesn't hurt?
Hello.
Melee spread.
Everyone?
Got it.
Hello? Can you hold aggro?
No, that's all I got. Got him.
Dodge.
Got him.
Don't grab these until after.
Escort.
Dodge.
Beep.
Get her up if we can.
Got him. Got him.
Ah.
Drop these when we dodge, not now. Dodge now. And then spread.
Got him.
Okay, back in the middle. Dodge.
Got him.
I could have grabbed him.
Dodge.
I'll grab him. Got him.
Let's do a phase push. Let's see what happens.
He has.
Find a clean spot.
Oh shit. It's alright, you won't cleave for a bit.
I mean,
How long did you want to tank him at this bit, everyone?
As soon as I get buff, you can have him.
You had like several stacks debuff funds, so.
Yeah, it's because the soul blights that went out at the end.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have those.
Now he's...
No, we shouldn't even have these rages.
So not that it matters too much, but the skull marker will be where we tank the boss for future reference.
Help me!
Spread.
Move to the right place. Just
No! Don't ever do that. Need escort. Start running forward. No, this is fine. You were doing well. It's like...
the people with the small bombs weren't.
No, the people with the small bombs have to follow as well. But when you've got... you've got the message, I need an escort, don't ever use a speed increase. Because you might get an increase, but the people escorting you don't. So you're just killing yourself, basically.
Right.
I had a rating, so there's. Should I still sack up?
When?
Well, I had the buff.
You had the
bomb.
the soul bomb and the rage?
Yeah.
No, you didn't have the rage.
That's not
I did have
possible.
the rage.
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible.
I had the rage and I had the soul burst.
You just die then?
No, because it's not soul bomb. If it's soul burst, you can just upgrade.
No, I died. That's interesting.
It's because we got another set right before you pushed, which messes up the order in phase 2, and then this can happen. If you push at a normal time, this is not a possibility.
Okay. That's good to know.
But in that case, you need to stay away. If it's gonna kill you, it's gonna kill you, but you can't stack on the rest because you're gonna kill all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, do I have permission to delete which side you need to go to with the orbs from the note now? Can we say that's
the bottom bit, you mean?
The top bit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can.
No, I read every single pool. Are you kidding me?
Go fuck yourself.
It's like a mantra to me.
Can I choose to keep it? Like, it's kind of helpful.
You can have a personal note if you want.
No, Terraria Other World is cancelled. Oh my god.
What?
I think it's been cancelled like 4 times by now.
Now it's really cancelled.
So what we're gonna do, because with like 3 people dead or whatever that was going into P2, that we can start having valuable P2 wipes. There's not a whole lot to learn in P2, but we might as well learn it when we get a chance. So what we're going to be doing is going to be dragging the boss to Skull. The raid need to continue their spread stack cycle with the rages and stuff. When the first set of bombs goes out, we're going to get 2 bursts and a bomb, like heroic mode. They're all going to move together with Rewon to the nipple. Rewon will pop a cooldown when they all expire, and he will protect you all with his boon.
His huge boon.
And please, guys, jump in if I'm getting this wrong. After that, when we've got 2 bursts together, we're going to try soaking them in the raid with the boon on top of us as well.
Yes.
And that'd be either me or Gald, right?
Correct. Yeah. Now, what I have seen quite a few raids doing is any casters that don't have the circle, the fear, can go to sort of max range, because what that does is they don't die from the burst going off in melee range, and the tank doesn't have to soak their damage as well, if that makes sense. So you may end up with like a couple of warlocks and a mage, for example, stood at max range off to either side. I've seen that in a few videos, but we'll figure that out whether we need to do that or not. For the third set that we get, where there'll be bursts and bombs again, is this where we sacrifice the healer?
Yeah.
So whichever that healer is going to run to nipple on their own and just die. And the other guys will stay in the group. So just bear that in mind. Just try and keep comms calm when we get to P2, and we'll coordinate that, and we'll start learning that the best we can. Okay.
But don't forget what we've learned in phase pays one.
I think we missed the push by like 1% that time, and we had a couple of deaths. So.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
What are these pool timers?
Did you miss out on a second?
Melee spread.
Yep.
I got a buff. Got it.
Dodge.
Oh, I've got a buff.
Don't grab these until after cone.
Should cone before he's...
Dodge. Good. Don't drop these buffs out until the cone casts.
Got it.
Dodge. Spread out, guys. Second pots.
Should have him.
Dodge.
Wow, this is off.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You can do it. No, you can't do it.
Please, someone heal me. Alright, I think everyone was dead.
Fuck, that was clean.
I cancelled if that was
Yeah, I know I had rage. I was getting to the the edge of the cone, but there was also somebody there still, and that meant that I didn't know whether or not they had a soul blight or whatever. I keep seeing people being spread out, even though we should be stacked behind the boss. Can we not do that, please? Because it's confusing.
Because I need to finish my cast.
No, you don't need to finish your cast. You get your fucking ass back to the boss.
That might have been sarcasm.
I know Rewon. I know Rewon was said that he has no casts. I know it.
He has death coil. How dare you?
You can do that on the move.
I fucking wish.
He's not unholy.
It's not rough anymore.
You have death coil?
Where I had to run from the blight diagonally towards because the cone was casting. So I might have got in your way, maybe.
But up until that point, that's what we need. We would have pushed the check, I think, quite nicely there. We'll have a break after this pull, guys. Right, let's go.
Hourly breaks.
Melee spread.
Got him.
Dodge.
I'll grab him after this.
You
Maybe
could have easily taken him.
Melee spread.
I could have. And I've got a fucking buff now.
Don't grab these until after the clone.
You might have to fourth. There you go.
Dodge.
I should have it.
Don't drop these until the cone goes out.
Second pods.
Got him.
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
This would be spread.
Give me a second pot.
Oh, I've got him.
Dodge.
Escort.
Got him.
This should not happen.
Quick guy.
Are we going?
Yeah, boy.
I think you all got raging stack.
Yeah. We're getting to skull.
We got an extra stack.
Absolutely, just like a second off.
We're going to skull.
We're not heading to the skull still. Come on, guys, keep practicing this. There's not much to learn in P2, but I'm expecting. But oh yeah,
No!
oh yeah.
Come here!
Send it.
No! Fuck!
You're not even getting saved if you just stay away.
Go on and call them fogs.
Ah!
Alright, guys, go toilet.
I was just dying to be fair. I didn't
I have nothing to pee.
Do it anyway.
Sit on the toilet and push it out.
Focus, Brayshow.
That's
Focus it
illegal.
out of you.
Go vape.
To be honest, I'm thinking between every pull in.
What?
Vape in the toilet.
Gal, I am calling wipes, but that doesn't stop people from longing into fog thinking we're wiping. Every time I've requested for us to wipe, I've called it.
I mean, can you make clear to the others then that that's the designated waypoint?
Yeah, yeah. only if there's any less than sort of like 16, 17 of us going into P2, there might not be that much we can gain. But if there's like 17, 18 of us or whatever, then we absolutely can see P2 through to the end.
Oh yeah, I was gonna adjust that. Big wigs.
Big good, big good.
Big wigs.
Actually, I could.
Toggle the anchors. Make this one smaller. Go down. Colosu. Oh, hang on.
Shut that door, the warmth's going out. Jesus Christ. Jennifer! Fucking hell, it's taken me all day to build the warmth up in this room. Fucking cunt.
Christian Guild, by the way.
I'll call bullshit on that.
If we kill this boss, I might turn Christian.
Why are you here, my child? Well, we cleared Argus, so here I am.
I believe in the Pantheon.
I think that's the wrong religion, please.
Oh. Sounds like a them problem. You were halfway through vagina there, Fons. What happened?
How do you know?
It just sounded like it. Yes, Jen. I picked those words carefully. I can not hear you though. Only through Fonz's reverberation.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
So he's already in. He's still in there then.
Yeah. Well, no, he gave up halfway.
Late.
Beautiful.
Goge. Lovely.
Alp!
Whoa.
Jesus.
Oh, toxic. Oh my god.
But he's here because he typed Pantheon Trinket 16. Oh, 3, 2, 1, 3, 7. At tank kills through edge int.
I have a Triana child as a pet.
How do we still not have Raman tools?
We have 2. But they're on rogues. Oh shit, we had 2. We have 1. But they're on rogue.
How many does your guild have, Nick?
On the main characters, not a single one, I think.
Stupid fucking trinkets.
Also, I have no idea.
So what you're saying is you don't know.
Are we meant to get it by the time the expansion's over, or what?
No.
So it's just this really fucking dumb RNG item.
Yeah.
Fuck Blizzard.
Maybe he's burnt his pork again.
That was Alpha, Spine.
Oh.
Right, good job. We're all here though, so.
I didn't burn it. It was perfectly fine.
Oh, I did it again.
Alright, focus up.
Ooh. I've got him.
Melee spread.
Got him.
Dodge. Don't get these until the con. Dodge.
Should have him.
Regroup. Don't take your buffs out until the con.
Got him.
Dodge.
Stay spread.
What happened on that side?
Got him.
There's a blight on buff.
Dodge.
Got a buff. Got him.
Dodge.
Spread. We should not be having these, by the way. Just
Yeah. We'll wipe it, guys. Save some repairs. Just on the topic of wiping, Gald said something during the break that you may have missed. We will push a phase 2 if we've got a few deaths. If we're getting the check a little bit better than that, I mean, we were a long way behind and we had like 5 dead, so we didn't have much to gain there. But don't assume we're wiping.
Are we establishing why people are dying?
So, I'll tell you what I witnessed on that time. I escorted Alpha. He dropped his blight, but then the cone got him, I think. So that's one death. I didn't see Ralph.
On my side, it was that everybody was stacked and I had the blight and I couldn't move back because someone with the blight was already behind me. So I kind of dropped the blight somewhere where everybody was standing.
No, that's what I did, yeah.
But everybody can see my chat bubble, right? They can see that it's a countdown, so just move away if I can't. Please.
You've got a lot of time though to feed it with your blight, so if you have to run around and do a banana to get to a different spot, then that's what you've got to do. It does get crowded.
There was a cone coming, so I was just dodging the cone and then everybody was on me and then I dropped it. As I said, somebody was already behind me.
So we need to be able to adapt in those situations though, so you need to figure something out.
Well, if that was cone coming, nobody can move basically.
No, but if there's a cone coming, we should not be spread. So that overlap never happens. Anyway.
Alpha AFK on the check?
I don't know, it was weird.
Now it's pork.
The buff was in the blight and then I think Raph tried to grab it and he died.
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
Melee spread?
I have cut up both. That was really good, bomb. I think.
Dodge.
I hope so.
Put him.
Don't drop your buffs out until the cone starts.
Oh.
Dodge.
Stay spread.
Can we? Can we get Vilsonus up?
Stack up if you need to.
Cone.
Oh, you're gonna take a few fine. You take it.
Yeah, it's too close. He's too close. He's too close.
Ah, fuck.
What do you mean too close?
I got cleaved. I'm at the tip of the cone.
Yeah.
Let's push.
Coming through.
Remember not to drop your soul blights on people.
Only had to get a blaze at that point.
To skull.
To the
Both of times
storm
I
of
died
death.
because of my soul blight. One was immediate after the cone. I had to move out. I blinked on Fons who had rage.
Let's see if we get a double bomb combo that we can deal with.
Don't blink then.
Be
Well,
spread.
that was-
Be spread.
Yeah, fair enough.
Move with. Move with. Nice one, Spud.
Dead totems needed to stay with you because you needed an escort and
Yeah.
the bomb.
There
But
was
he
no
fell
one.
behind.
He had one, I was there.
There was 3 people with fear, and there's no one. I mean, rage. There was no one for fear.
No.
No, Spud just
No,
pulled
but
his
you
horse
had
and gun
you
off.
had the burst, so you're automatically escorted by the tank and the big bomb.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna
they were,
jump when I died.
yeah, they were like miles ahead of you.
Yeah.
I was gonna jump, but I died while jumping.
Still, you shouldn't have to jump because that means it's a speed increase. You just stack
they were
up
ahead of me.
and move
were ahead of-
together.
Yeah, because I was far away when I got it. If I jumped, I would have got there, but I died before getting there.
But they should not be taking off without you either. It's a shared responsibility to be 4 people.
3 people. 4
4
people.
together.
Take you under their wing.
Everyone did.
Raptors had feathers.
I did not. Well, it doesn't.
Raptors.
There wasn't any possibility of me soaking Europe, so.
Oh no. It was a certain death there.
Alright, let's go. Melee spread.
Go on him.
To your left.
I've got a buff.
Dodge.
Got him.
NASCAR.
Don't grab until after. Dodge.
I might. There you go. Got him.
Don't drop these until after.
Got a buff.
Dodge.
Fady drop wrong side.
Not enough.
Got him.
Be spread. Group up. Fuck. So just wipe it, guys.
So, I had the third Soul Blight there, and I moved back, but I feel like I could have stayed in. I just blinked out or something when the cone was being cast.
I got
It targeted me.
I got fear while I was in the back for the blade, and then there's no one nearby, so I was gonna die anyway. I had like 3 stacks.
We get to the point where having the buffs dropped on the wrong side of the boss is going to cause us to fail the check. So that does need to be focused. The buffs are no longer just a passive thing in the background. They're going to be critical to us doing this fight consistently. Try to pay attention to your weak aura when you get your buff. Let's go. Melee spread.
Got him.
Nope.
Dodge.
Ooh.
Don't pick your buff up until the cone.
Got a buff. This isn't good because you're gonna take a 4. I should have
Dodge.
grabbed. Alright, I've got him.
Don't drop your buff until the cone.
Yep. Was worth a shot, wet fingers.
Spread, spread, spread.
Sveta, stop moving. Sorry, stop standing on top of the buff.
Got
Dodge.
Escort left.
Got him.
Push.
I wanna try something. No, it doesn't work.
Dodge. Okay, we're pushing.
I've got a buff.
Let's go.
Alright, face changes.
Can you let me in, please? Hello?
Don't stand in me.
Fucking hell.
He's got the buff.
Yeah.
Red?
Got him.
Be spread.
Grab him. Good.
Two of them.
I need escort.
Yeah.
I needed to wait for the scythe thing to line.
I had him long ago.
So somebody with the soul bomb just died in that AoE all over the raid.
Also, during the transition, I can't use anything and I'm starved as fuck because of my talent, so I do need healer attention.
Yeah, I noticed.
Can I just take him then?
What? No, I need a little attention. I got 0.
Oh.
But if I get a soul burst while I have fear, like the tank who has the buff, is my escort?
Yes.
Yeah. If you have
Okay,
soul
so-
burst, the tank is your escort.
So someone is just being with me until tank gets me. Okay.
Yeah. No, you should go to the tank together with the other soul bombs.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't wait. You just have to move to the tank, and you need to be escorted to the tank.
Treat it like fair methods. Walk
Unless
to the tank, walk a place, walk back.
There were two of us with fear bills.
Yeah.
I was stacked on you. You were stacked on me. We're just waiting for the tank. I had bomb, I think, because that's a healer.
So this is what Bum says is kind of relevant now, because what we end up doing is sort of have the boss on the edge of the storm, and the melee sort of, or the range sort of stacked up on the boss in a sort of a little cubby hole, and there's no way for people who can't get stacked to also get inside the circle. So
where do you want to go? There's not a lot more room.
well, I think what you want to do is with this, because he doesn't cleave while he does the transition, right?
The entire room was cleared.
You'll instantly cleave when it's over, though.
Yeah. But we only need a little bit of space for people to stack with the stack buff to stack up behind the boss, and then the people that don't have the rage to get behind there. And mind you, this shouldn't happen if we have the correct push timing. But this is just while we are trying to get into phase 2. Dimension space.
An 8th, should we?
We shouldn't be getting an 8th.
It skews the timing up.
Yep.
Can someone call out pots, please? Just forget that.
Melee spread.
Put him.
Got a bot. Got it.
Dodge.
Ah.
Never seen that before.
Safe.
I've got a buff.
Don't grab these until after the cone. Dodge.
Should have him after the cone. Come to me.
Thanks for the escort bride, guys. 3 stacks, fucked.
I was with you, Fleas, but then you ran backwards instead of forwards when your thing dropped. Just run back towards the raid because it's the shortest path for the cone.
No, because the cone was about to happen as well, so I needed to move outwards.
Yeah, but you ran directly backwards.
What do you mean, before the cone happened or after the cone happened?
As your blight went out. I was with you when your blight popped.
Okay, let's just wipe. Having that conversation in the middle of the raid is just...
We were wiped anyway, it's fine. But no, Fleas, right, so you ran backwards. You need to be doing it. You need to be going diagonally forwards when you drop your soul blight, because that's where I was waiting for you. And you went backwards towards where we stood now.
Well, I went in this position where it was safest to drop a soul blight.
No, I mean after the blight. I mean after you dropped to the blight.
The timing of that one was just annoying.
Where you have to go diagonally because
It's the third one.
Yeah, it's
you have to drop it right before the cone happens, or right as the cone happens, depending on how the.
Yeah.
But if you go diagonally, you don't get clipped.
Yeah, so if I'm dropping my cone here, sorry, my orb here, after I'm escaping it, I need to be doing that, which is the way I was here waiting for you.
All right.
And you did this, which was giving yourself a longer distance to get out of the cone.
No, obviously, but.
So I was there. It was just
like my movement was I'm going backwards, so I'll keep going backwards because that's the movement I'm already doing.
Just one thing on that last ball as well. A couple of the buffs are really close to the raid, so like, I was sat with rage. I couldn't get the buff, so given how important the buffs are, just a little bit further out would be helpful.
Fons, do you want the lust with ice veins or with second pots? Because it does well in the logs. May just use that with ice veins.
Yeah, we can probably delay it a bit. Melee spread.
Got off.
I've got it, buff.
Fingers right.
Got it.
Dodge. Whoops.
Yeah, the next script.
Got you.
I've got a buff.
Oh,
Don't grab these until after. Grab now.
I got him. Come here, boy.
Don't drop these until the cone.
Got him.
Ooh.
Stay spread.
Fuck.
It's his second pop.
Got him.
Escort on left.
Got him.
Guys, push.
I'll fucking him.
Right. Make room for the
It's almost
rages.
there.
Make room for the rages.
I have a blight.
I have a blight as well.
A bum you could. Yeah, I've made one room there.
What am I supposed to do now? He's gonna scythe as soon as the thing is over.
Everybody needs to be behind the boss now that it's clear. As soon as the room clears, get behind the boss.
Stay spread.
Right, stay spread.
Are you alive?
Alright, group up.
Yeah, man. Are we turning on 2 or 3?
Bombs with Rewan.
That's 3.
You move.
I did you want 2?
Good.
Okay, good. So the next bombs, you're just going to stack up as a group.
Stack up as a group.
I don't know if I die here.
Okay.
Oh, that's very easy actually.
So the next one, we're going to
Sweet
sacrifice the healers.
Got him.
Not the healer.
Rip!
Uno me, bitch. Ooh.
Protect me, spine.
Got him.
I think I popped that first bit early.
Okay, this phase is a joke.
Ah,
Why is everyone dying then?
Well, you're 5-man in it. He's part of the reason.
We can do it, Rewan. You are me. Okay. Oh, never.
Go on, Defeaty.
Just you.
Do it.
Oh, Defeaty is also alive.
Oh come on, no, you can't.
Well done.
Drag, boy.
Oh my god.
That was amazing.
Did anyone else's 4-stack run out there?
No, I have 5.
I guess I need to
There was
pick
a
up
C.
even later.
No, there was a C really close. Might have clipped the people.
I mean, I got the buff as soon as I could because it spawned on me, so I guess I just need to delay it a bit.
The first one, or
No, the last one, because I was at 4 stacks and it ran out for the 5th.
I had like 6 seconds before mine, but I take my first one very late.
I mean, I delay mine, but I pick up their haste buff first, and then I delay a few seconds, and like a few seconds before the cone hits, I go pick up the crit mastery buff. But I guess I'll just start picking up like after the cone to make sure. to get the 5 stack if there's like movement involved and shit.
To be honest, Rewan, if we can kill the boss before the 10-minute debuff on Sated is over, it's also fine. So.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I don't expect us to be able to do that.
No. Well, not with.
But what we've been doing lately is just pushing as fast as we can, and then we kill. Like normally you ignore the last orb, but we just kill it, and then we have like 40 seconds extra in the phase because we've pushed phase 2 quick, which makes the DPS check in phase 3 not there anymore. You still got your second loss, but you just lost like really deep into the phase.
Yeah. Like 10%, sub 10%.
No, you still get full loss then.
Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
Keep-
Survived that again.
Let's push it, guys.
Survive that one.
Is this a pipe?
Let's push it.
Wow.
Ripper.
That's my fourth one today. Somehow it's hitting me but not killing me. Yeah, I have 9%.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, at least the flish is still on.
Small mercies.
I say that's a big win.
Well, we got repair costs.
Oh yeah, it's a big loss.
And food.
It's the fucking Warlock and Demon Hunter cooldowns that are the most annoying.
I have to wait 1 minute.
But there's no point of it not resetting.
It's any sub 3-minute cooldown doesn't reset.
Yeah, but what's the point for that? Not to reset.
Because if you blow it, then you purposely die, you can just get rezzed and then blow it again, I guess.
No, because cooldowns don't reset when you get rezzed, it's when combat ends.
Probably something PvP related. God damn it.
You people and your PvP.
Oh, we're PvP guild, by the way. I did a battleground the other day.
I'm ready.
Alright, let's go. Melee spread.
Got a buff. Got him.
Dodge.
Got a buff.
Don't get these till after cone. Dodge.
I should have him.
Do we get Brace show up?
Don't think so, but we'll try.
Don't drop these.
Work. He's gonna die.
Don't drop these. Okay, drop them now. Get your buffs and then spread.
This is second part.
Got him.
Dodge.
What? Wait. No.
You know what you're supposed to do when a tree falls towards you, please?
Well, if you look at where I died, it says I died from death fog.
If you look at how you ran, you made a nice little banana.
Yeah, but if you look at where I died, it says I got clipped by the cone.
Yeah, that's what happened to me in the second try or first try.
And I'm on 25 millisecond lag, so...
Like, you'll see the damage hits you so blight, then that fog instantly.
Do not jump.
No, I didn't jump. I stopped jumping when that was a problem.
Ba, ba, ba.
Can we get a flash?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So annoyingly, this ready check window is sort of also in the same position in my screen where I have to drop the flished. So it's either I click it first. But I wasn't technically ready then.
Oh my god.
There's people that press it and say, wait, I need my 3-minute cooldown.
Yes, I don't want to be one of those guys.
Difference between 3-minute cooldown and a 1-second feast.
True.
Let's go. Knowledge spread.
Oh. I've got him. Ah.
I got a buff.
Oh!
Got it.
Come on.
Is that you or me?
I have no idea.
I think it's probably you.
3-minute cooldowns.
Considering DPS meters, I'm inclined to agree.
Oh yeah.
Flash.
Don't you have a threat meter or something?
I should probably get one.
Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Yes,
No, he should
would.
be doing DPS to push.
Could also have co-tanks to do more DPS.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
not pop your blade weapon at the start.
I'm actually pulling aggro when my blade ends, which is funny.
That early in a fight, you might find that threat meter is not all that useful anyway, because it just snaps so quickly.
Yeah.
But
I counter more DPS without getting DPS legendaries and then an overwork of spam. So. Fix yourself.
Hashtag bad DPS.
Alright, dudes, let's go. Knowledge spread.
Got the boss.
Got a buff. Got him.
Dodge.
I've got a buff. Whoa.
Don't grab until cone. Grab now.
There we go. You got enough room back there.
Yeah.
Don't drop until cone.
Got him.
Dodge.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
That's off.
See, people did
Wipe
run
it.
when the cone started. So it
It's
was also
somebody.
the job.
Somebody died with the blight. It was people
Yeah,
dying in blight.
I died with the blight, but I was supposed to dodge first and then drop.
Okay. So did you have number 4?
I had 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
But I think because the cone was off, I think I got clipped just then. Yeah, because I took Death Folk. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Melee spread.
Got river.
Got him.
Dodge. Don't grab your buffs until the cone.
Got a buff.
Dodge.
Should have it.
Don't drop your buffs until the cone.
I need an escort.
Oh shit.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
Can we
Well.
wipe it?
Yeah.
Guess it was lucky that I did that.
If you need an escort, don't run away from the cone, please. Stay
Yeah, that was
alongside
the
the cone.
first time I ever had to do that. Do you just run like to the right?
Yeah, you just run alongside the cone, just along the edge of the existing cone.
Fishes up.
Yeah, but if that's one of the late, like the
No, it was the first one.
of the first one.
Yeah, we had the first one. Because I had the second.
Oh, so the first one you can easily come back.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Nick, the hen party in the background is sort of peeping through every now and then.
The what party?
The hen party.
The what party?
Let's go.
Surely Dutchies have pie.
We do have hen and stag parties, yeah.
Melee be spread.
I'm grabbing this buff. Got the buffs.
Dodge.
I jumped.
Down.
These first cones are really inexcusable deaths now, really. When it's the easiest thing you'll dodge all fight.
Sven, can you start dropping buffs at the right place? Like ever.
He's busy, okay?
I just wipe it. I don't want to go with fucking This many
No
people dead at the first cone.
What are you doing?
Yeah, people are going to start getting really impatient with like first cone deaths and stuff like that now.
God damn it, guys.
Which has
The
just
way
been demonstrated by Jen.
Fucking hell. Yeah, Daniel.
wasn't a cone.
Yeah, well, stop dying.
What are you focus on about when you say jumping?
When you when you're running and
On the edge
jumping.
of the cone, the game registers your position as where you started the jump instead of where your actual character model is.
Yep.
So you get your character model could be outside of the cone, but you still die because you jumped.
Ah.
Let's go.
Your finished cast when the cone is casting is not important.
Why does he do this?
My name is Fred.
Got him.
Got a buff. Because sometimes he likes to move around when I roll
Yeah,
through.
that's pretty fun.
Got him.
Dodge.
You know what you died from, so let me know.
Dodge.
I should have him. Bit more.
Got him.
Spread out.
Jennifer, move forward.
Got him.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Dodge.
Got a buff.
Oh.
Got him.
Cone of death.
Spread.
Red.
This is where we're out of room.
Oh. Wow. I did not expect that to be a cone there. Just ran into it.
And die, my people.
Did you say die white people?
My people.
Oh.
That's so nice of you. Calling us your people.
Well, telling them to die is not.
Less nice.
Swings and roundabouts. A.
Bum, you're getting so fucked with rage debuffs.
Please. Give me buffs.
Oh, please.
I want the haste.
Oh.
Look at Savitar, he's... Oh wait, he's not here. Prick.
Paul.
Well, look at Shin's 14. And he's here.
Are you really surprised? Come on, if there's going to be a mechanic that Melee's going to fuck up, I'm going to be the one to fuck it up.
No, it's not fuck-ups, you're just lucky you're not getting the debuff.
Have higher expectations.
Oh, there's no way I had 15 in total.
You called bullshit on that.
I had 4 in one try. Like.
So you only need 3 or more of those and then you're there.
Are you ready, Nick?
No, 25 seconds.
Okay.
I might have used cooldown spread before we used cold whip.
Maybe.
That's hardcore, Nick. That's some serious padding.
I wasn't sure who were actually calling it whip.
Alright, let's go.
Yes.
He is ready now.
We did it again.
Have you tried
That's
just
fine,
walking?
Melee spread.
I've
This
got
is
him.
fine.
It's just annoying.
Oh.
Annoying for me.
Move.
Boom. Jesus Christ.
Hello. I'm here, look.
Got him.
Both of them are really bad.
I can't move further because of the
Dodge.
help.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Wow, Jen, you died quickly.
Do you have stacks?
I think so. It must have been.
She did.
I think I didn't move in back in quick enough. From the fear.
Yeah, it must have been.
Let's take a break. It's going to be waiting for cooldowns after that, aren't we?
Yep.
Let's do better in the last hour, please.
Where's that cat?
Can't take it out on the cat.
Throw it outstairs.
Yes. Yeah. And the Nazi trophy of this day goes to. I wonder what Jen is taking her anger out.
Funds.
Sounded like that could be like a clothes rack or something.
Scratching the table so phones can stand it.
Oh.
Team effort. I just dropped my bag of toothpicks. This is not great.
That is some nice crunchy noises, please.
God, make more noise.
It's carrot time.
Do you look forward to carrot time?
Not necessarily.
You probably do eat more carrots than anyone that I know.
Do you not have a night where you think, fuck this, have some Pringles?
Oh,
Of course.
Have we got any Pringles, Fons? Have we got anything? I've finished all my jelly penises now.
You jelly what?
Jelly penises.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah, that's what I said. I went to a hen do, come on. I had penises
A
everywhere.
what?
A hen do.
What's Dutch for hen?
Right,
Krijgen
you
ze
know
zelf
when,
even.
you know you get
Ah,
hen,
I get it. I get it.
hen do's and stag do's, yeah?
No, no.
Well,
Where does the do come from? Like,
hen do.
Well, you're having a do. You're off to a posh do.
Yeah.
is it du or d?
Do.
No, just do.
Dio.
Just
Posh do.
the word, the verb to do.
Right. It's just how we say it.
Hendo. It's not a martial art.
Right, so do is the Yorkshire way of saying party.
It was very Yorkshire, yeah. They called stag parties and hen parties in the rest of England.
No, they're not.
I mean, no, they call it stag do and hand do up in Aberdeen as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah, but Aberdeen's pretty much Yorkshire.
Okay.
Okay.
I condone
What do they,
and say
they
hen
call
do.
it? They call it that in Birmingham as well.
Yes. I don't. I mean, no, because I'm not from there. You just explained.
You are from Birmingham.
Sutton Coldfield. My dad's from.
So you're from Birmingham then?
No.
But you
What
are.
did I just say?
Stop being miserable, Daniel.
Hmm.
Cheer up, enjoy yourself. It's Friday night.
Yeah, and we are learning linguistics during the raid.
Oh, pasta.
I'm sucking out of a penis straw.
Wow.
Oh, is that what the secret formula is? Was happiness?
Are you drinking wine out of the penis straw?
Gin and tonic.
Oh, classy.
I have actually. So you took a picture of me, you twat. You can take a picture of that if you want.
Okay.
Not of me. Did you get me?
Maybe.
Your camera shy.
Ah, fuck off.
I almost burned down my house.
That's...
If you take a photo of me, you are going to delete it. That's me G&T.
I set a container Ben and Jerry on fire.
A what?
Just wait on Tafiti assuming
Ben and
Bum's
Jerry?
back at his keyboard.
I'm here.
How do you set a Ben and Jerry's on fire? Blowtorch?
With a blowtorch.
Was there still ice cream in it?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
But it was too solid, so I had to melt it a little.
Too
Oh my god.
You've got brain freeze.
Do you have microwaves in the rooms?
You don't put ice cream in a microwave.
You do. If you
Why not?
It's too solid, mate.
You have
Why
a
not?
blowtorch.
No, instead of the microwave, you use a blowtorch. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that the first thing you go to?
See, when I need to thaw my ice cream, I put it in my George Foreman grill.
I once tried to cook using a George Foreman grill, and I set the flat on fire.
It's because we had like 8 people playing WoW in the flat as well. Overloaded the power a little bit.
Do we have Shans and Mark?
It could have been when Tread was there as well when we did the Undying run.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're still waiting for. Okay, Alpha. Is Alpha there?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just typing some shit.
Okay.
Started a shit.
I'm like 99% sure he's sitting playing Path of Exile.
No, I'm sorry, some shit. Don't worry about it.
I think you need. I think you need to hit.
Exposed!
Right, stop fucking about. Let's get on with this.
Look, I'm making a 30 quid sale at some point. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, guys, let's go. Focus up.
Fish.
I already have one.
Oh, flask.
Oh yeah, flask.
Melee spread.
Got him.
Svet left.
Bit more.
Alright, I'll start.
You got him. Oh, you might not make it. You did
Dodge.
Bit more.
Keep moving, guys.
There you
it.
go.
Yeah, I think Rebound got aggro or some shit.
Melee spread. Don't grab your buffs until after cone. Dodge.
Should have it.
What the hell?
Don't drop until cone.
Got it.
Cone. Grab your buff and spread.
Got him.
Dodge.
Got a buff.
I mean, Alpha, you need to reposition. You're gonna bait something really wrong in a second.
Got it.
Dodge.
We would have made that with 0 deaths.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, keep going. Just keep going.
Escort.
Got him.
I need an escort.
Can people pay slightly more attention to escorts?
Should be fade.
After he scythes us all.
We're not going.
Yeah, edge wipe it. Yeah, we've got nothing to gain there.
Okay. Question. On right after the first cone, so before the second cone, we're still very tightly packed into this sort of orange side of the room.
Let me die.
I got the second soul blight, and somebody
I got
on
the
my
third.
on my side. So somebody got the first one on my side as well. They dropped off their soul blight all the way as far back as possible, and they came running back. I didn't want to kill them, so I sort of held position and wanted to move as close to the existing first Soul Blight and then move back, but there was just no time. What do? I don't want to move away from the cone, because that might bait the next cone into Africa.
Are you saying the timing where the cone start casting when you're trying to move back already, or?
No, I should be ahead of that, but
Like
I
as
don't...
long as you're baiting cone on the edge of the existing cone, it's fine to just move.
Yeah, but the existing cone is so fucking small at that point. It's like there's hardly any space to drop two, basically, without you being in the group or on top of somebody else. Oh, sorry.
It's not going to matter either way, is it?
I mean, you were the second one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was right at the very back, there should have been enough space for you to stand at the edge of his soul.
Yeah, but what happened is that the first person ran through me to get back and was just basically running the risk of killing themselves when I expired.
If you're the second person, then you have so much time before the second cone comes out that you can run wherever you want and blink back in.
Okay, I just run the... I don't want... Yeah.
Like, it's the third gets sketchy and the fourth is after, I think.
Yeah, the fourth is after. Okay, I'll
So
just...
if you're the second,
go to Africa.
If you're the third, hold your ground, but first and second can like go move around the other guys.
I'll go to Africa then.
Yeah, I held my. I mean, I'm always having trouble with the third one.
Yeah, the third one is with the cone. Fourth one is just after.
I mean, after the first like attack, there's enough room for you to all line up as a fray.
Yeah, but you was talking about the first one.
Melee spread.
Oh, got him.
Dodge. Melee spread. Don't grab the buffs until the cone. Dodge.
Yeah, no, okay.
I've got him.
I'm just gonna start to roll to a buff at that point, it's fine. So I get 2 stacks.
Don't drop your gifts until the cone.
I got him.
Dodge. I need an escort.
Not in the cone.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
I thought I was safer.
I've got him.
Dodge.
Got a buff. You're taking turn.
And this DPS check for phase 1 is tight.
Nah, it's not. Like,
Not if you're not 15 man in it. Wipe it, guys. At that point. So when I'm dead, I get quite a good view of what people are doing. Try to get into the habit, some people, of when your soul blight's expiring, to be on the move as the countdown gets to 0. There's still people taking the tick of your own soul blight. It is possible to not take any damage from it, but you need to be moving and not jumping as your debuff expires. Try to make that a habit, and I think we'll cut down some deaths. I just saw that happen a couple of times on that pull after I died.
I had the same timing, by the way. I had the first Soulblight set. I had the second one. It did not expire until the cone cast went off.
Yeah.
That one.
So that I went to Africa, and it could have gone horribly wrong there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
so what we were talking about before actually doesn't apply, because I need to stay close to the cone then.
Then you blink out after the cone starts, to the other way around. Stay near the cone, and the moment you see cone start casting, blink out.
Yeah, basically, regardless of what's going on, if you see the cone start casting, just blink like fuck. It doesn't matter if you
Yeah,
drop.
but I've got a blink, but not everybody has the luxury of having a blink.
No, but like, all right, fine. So as soon as you see cone casting, regardless, you need to be moving. You need to be on the move.
Yeah.
Because baiting doesn't matter after that. You know, at that point
No,
we
I know that.
snapshotted.
I know that. It's just that we previously thought to have established that the second Soulblight could go to Africa and still be back to bait for the cone in time.
Don't
And
need
that
to be back
actually...
in the group to bait for the cone. You can be on the edge of the cone and then just.
Yeah, but I died on the edge of the cone. That was the problem previously. Or I could have killed somebody else. I died this time myself, but it could have been somebody else who died who was running back with their blight. So the first person who gets the soul blight can go to Africa and drop it there and get back into the group, no problem whatsoever. The second person needs to be close to the cone. The third person needs to be close to the cone. That's what I'm saying.
No, spread.
Got above. Got him.
Dodge.
Got a buff. Got him.
That's the one I meant by.
Yeah.
Don't drop these until the cone.
Got it.
Go.
Second pods.
Ooh.
Grab your bus and spread.
How many stacks did you have, man?
I'll grab
think
him.
it was 2.
Stop moving, stop moving.
Dodge.
Nick, can you mute yourself
Yeah.
again? I think it's Nick.
Yeah, it is.
Dodge.
Red. I mean, escort, right.
Wipe it.
Yeah, that is.
What's the range on the markers, like the rage?
I think it's 5 yards, or it could be 8.
And they're doing 8.
I think on that one, Soul Blight went off on the crit buff, didn't it? Which killed a few people.
Right, let's go. Melee spread.
Got the buff.
Got above. Got him.
Dodge.
I've got a
Don't
buff.
grab your buffs until the cone. Dodge.
Got him.
Don't deliver your buffs until the cone.
Yeah, you're taking a turret, probably spine.
That's alright.
Spread.
Spread, guys.
No, I don't.
Sorry, he needs to be moved a bit.
Second.
What did you say?
It's alright, you got room.
Dodge.
Kenya.
Got him.
Then you need to bait the corn next to the fog.
Dodge.
There you go.
If you know, then why does this happen?
I can't really go behind because there's people running for soul blights.
They need to work around you though, Jen, because that's going to wipe us every time.
No, you were just nowhere near where the other.
I mean, I've never had it like that before, so.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
You mean
Well, it does because I've got to practice that. I can't just. Now I know what to do now, so.
Good eye, guys. Yeah, it's not just Jen. We've got lucky on loads of pulls where people have been stood in Africa and it's just not targeted them. It is something which people need to know it now.
Delicious fish.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Melee spread.
Got him.
Got a buff. Got him.
Dodge.
I've got a buff.
Don't grab your buffs until the cone. Dodge.
Got him.
Don't deliver your buffs until the cone.
Got him.
Dodge. Get your buffs and then spread.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Second.
Got him.
Dodge.
Got a buff. Got the buff.
try and push. Touch. Get behind the boss.
I don't know if we can take even like more baby steps as the tank's moving him forward, so we can sort of like end the transition, so he's in the middle of that circle.
So you need to keep in mind that we have one less. If we do this properly, you have one less, so you will end in that circle.
Ah.
Because we're pushing it after the 5th every time so far, because people are dying.
Yeah, that's right. Let it all out.
You didn't do the bomb soak right. I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident.
What? Did I
Considering-
not do it right, or was it not done right at all?
Well, I got killed by a soul bomb detonation. For 7 million, so someone was not in it, I think.
Wetfingers was far away. I don't know what he was doing over there. The other two people were doing fine.
Yeah, so I got killed by one explosion.
Is this phase 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed we were wiping.
Fair enough. We could have some practice on.
Yeah. Try and.
How many people do we need alive to assume it's safe?
Until I call otherwise, because it's going to depend on whether we've got healers or what alive. So unless I say otherwise. Let's go.
Ah, fuck.
Fucking hell. Elemental blast.
Melee spread.
Oh,
Was
shit.
those in time?
Oh, I've got him.
No, you were early.
Got him.
Touch.
Got a,
Don't pick your buff up. Dodge.
Oh, got him.
Don't drop your buffs until the cone.
I'm gonna let you take it too as well.
Dodge. That was an early dodge, Geld. Watch that. Grab your
Thanks,
buff and
that's
spread.
it.
Spread out.
Okay, fair enough.
Second
pots.
If I had any.
I've got a buff. Okay, got him.
Dodge. Spread.
That should him. Yep.
We did it!
We did it.
Why are we going to this side? There's no room here.
Oh yeah. There's no room any side really. Ah, sorry.
Face the boss away. Fuck, how many PL do we lose going into that?
Yeah.
Just from the Fury debuff people picking up, or from the other one. People have so many stacks of the Fear or the Fury debuff.
Let's see if we can get a tank soak side.
Well, spawn blasted you taking with the rage in the
Spread.
entire right there.
Spread
Yeah,
out.
because What do you expect me to die?
Yes.
To the storm gun?
Yes.
Oh shit.
You just literally just
Got
killed
him.
10 people instead of yourself.
Oh, look at this.
That you don't move.
I'm gonna die.
The only circle behind the boss was where you were standing, man.
Don't leave me behind.
Nah.
Did it go okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did.
I was at 40% HP when I had to do the bomb soak.
Let's just die.
Can wait if there's any chance of you dropping the soul bite on the buffs, just not pick it up.
Yes.
People with soul blights shouldn't even be close to it. The only thing that could potentially go wrong is where they've got a million days to drop their debuff and them just dying from the damage. But other than that, the overlap in timing should never be anywhere close. That escort at the end was, I thought it was glorious.
It went well.
3 circles, 3 red circles, 1 golden circle.
You would have lived if you had full HP, right?
Easily.
Huh.
I would have lived at 50. Probably.
Hopefully.
But isn't the big bomb always a healer?
Yes.
Yes.
You should be the one healing you.
Yes.
Yes.
That is in fact what should be happening.
But I was the only healer left. And my hots only do as much. And I can't stop the cast because we're moving. So, good job, rejuvenation.
Spam Swiftman, dude. Do it.
Spam Swiftman on a 30-second cooldown.
And that's why he's back into the other one.
Yeah, because Cenarian Ward is so shit on this fight.
No, he's back into renewal? Oh no, it's only you.
What are you talking about?
What you could do, if you're a jewel crafter, you could drop one of those little golem things that shoots a beam of healing.
That takes for about 100 after the sets.
Alright guys, let's go.
Helps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was me, sorry. Oh, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me.
Ally spread.
Got the buff.
The buffs are backwards.
Yes. There had to be.
Got him.
Oh. Who did we lose?
Don't worry about it.
Dodge.
Alright. Guess we're readiness 18.
Got him.
Dodge.
Bit more. There we go.
Oh, I got him.
Don't drop your gifts until the cone. Dodge. Jed, dodge.
Spread out
Spread out.
and push.
Oh, should have taken him there.
Yeah, we fall down. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Just wipe it.
Oh.
I'm seeing this a lot as well. Not specifically Jen, but lots of different people on that. People need to be moving. If you get the third orb, you need to be moving to dodge the cone. They get into the right position, hugging the cone, but then they don't react to when the cone starts casting. It's a tough overlap, but we really need to learn it because.
Are you on about the scenario Fleas was talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Is this now known as the Fleas? Talking with a carrot in your mouth. The
Fleas incident.
The Fleas incident.
Carrot.
Yeah.
This is a thing, Jen. So you could go all night and that combo could never happen to you. which is why you need to try and learn where possible from other people getting it wrong. What I'm hoping we'll see with this fight is we'll see this cock block just vanish as soon as everybody has time to get used to it. But right now, I think some people have got it and they're doing it more often than not. But I think most people, it's still tripping them up, and that's where these deaths are coming from.
People dropping off of Discord? We're 17 now.
Yeah. I DC'd halfway through the pull and then it came back.
Wait.
Is everyone getting 4 stacks of the buffs?
Probably not.
Doesn't matter if people are dead.
Well, that too, yes.
Oh, that's Fat Pack. And there's someone
somebody
else
else
gone. It's like the Thunderdome, but Discord.
No.
I'll move the server again.
I went really quiet.
That's
19.
exciting.
We're missing rewind. Ooh. Oh no, that's don't move it to another channel. Motherfucker. What?
Alright, let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Melee be spread.
Got the buffs.
What would I do without you, Spine?
More DPS, I suppose.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Just over aggro. You're gonna be taking 4. And Joey. Can you take 4?
Yeah, man. If he fucking does it now. Oh, you little shit.
Don't get your buffs.
I got a buff effect.
Ah.
Dodge.
Fucking hell. My bad.
Oh, I put.
Yeah.
If we had rewind there, we could have told him to top.
Well, you can tell him now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Somebody else left.
Is range ever a problem for the soul bites, like for healers?
No, I don't think I've seen anybody leave healer range.
Okay. I've been a little bit worried, so I've been making a scare place. I won't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, you don't need any movement abilities or movement speed increase to dodge the soul blight damage. You can just walk out of it. Well, not RP walk, of course.
Right, hopefully Discord's finished fucking around. Let's go.
I think people in RP guilds just walk around the bush because that's it.
Maybe?
Like, when are we pulling at 0 or at 3 or something?
It's 0 for me.
Melee spread.
I've started to cast way before as well.
You didn't bloodlust, bloodlust.
Well, overworked, okay. But it is fine.
Dodge.
Yeah, perfect.
Fuck off.
Maybe not perfect enough for some.
Oh, I've got a buff.
I'm gonna die.
No, you're not.
I'll put him.
Don't deposit your buffs until the cone.
Okay, you're taking 3 spine.
Okay, dodge. Get your buff and spread.
Yeah, we did it.
Second.
What the frick?
Are you getting frick on?
Dodge.
I've got buff. Yeah.
No, I just missed it by 0 seconds.
Dodge. Be spread.
Got him.
It's a dead blight in the road.
He wasn't dead, it was me.
I just killed you.
Just trying to see whether or not you can jump over the death fog. The answer is no.
I tried it in Arcway. Didn't go so great. Oh, 1 HP for like 3 seconds. Lovely some stagger.
Come on, Al.
Shiny golden cat.
So Alp tank without blinking.
Scythe deaths are almost starting to overtake Soulblight deaths now. Which could be a good thing, it could mean that Soulblight deaths are going down. But it should be easy to avoid.
I mean, for melee to get hit by it, I can. It's not good, but I can understand. But I don't understand how a range can ever get scythed.
It's almost always the dodging. Dodging a cone
It's
into
like-
the scythe.
Just stay a bit back. Don't ever cross. Like, don't ever get past his legs.
Yeah.
You can never get hit. Just don't go forward. Wait for the tanks to move.
Scythe
Yep.
deaths are a bit inflated though, because we had a couple of wipes to everyone getting scythed.
Well, we had.
I'm not basing it on logs for everyone. I'm basing it on what I'm observing. Every time somebody gets picked off, I'm checking what the cause is, and I'm just seeing more and more scythes sneaking in.
Well, I'm not ready. Not ready.
Ooh, not ready.
I'd already.
There we go. It's okay.
Rip pot.
Right, this
Melee
is
spread.
faithful, I believe.
I've got.
I've got a buff.
Way easy, son.
Dodge.
Do it, Ned.
Fuck off. Sorry. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, since after the first coin is kind of dangerous to stand in melee.
I've got him.
Who's in melee?
Wipe.
Did you res with the rage on you?
No, he just got a new one.
Oh, okay.
Got the rage on me straight away.
Oh, okay.
The next debuff.
Since after the first coin, he sometimes does a scythe straight after.
Yeah, that's what caught me last time we did it before he moved.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't want to move, and then he starts casting Scythe, and then he starts casting Soul Blight, and then he starts casting Tortured Rage, and then he moves. So
Yeah. It's great when you've popped like a cooldown to tank one of the scythes. It's just like, no, wait a second.
there's no Scythe.
Oh, I have a deal for you.
I'm gonna go to Africa. Fuck it, I'm not going anywhere near them.
You tell him, Karen.
Yeah, Nick, you need to mute.
Mute her forever.
So easy.
No, too early. 10 seconds. You can go now.
It's on 0 for me, dude. Like I can't count to 3 after it goes to 0.
Melee be spread.
I got the boss.
No, that pull time was fine for me, so
Yep.
don't know what people are whining about.
Got him.
Dodge.
I'm
such an
sad.
idiot.
Why?
Res go.
Just a start after the first.
Ah, shit. I've got a buff. How have you got
Wrong
3?
side, Spain.
I'm on the wrong side. Shit, sorry.
Dodge.
I've got him.
Yeah. Don't drop until cone.
Hey, Megan.
Dodge. Pick up your buff and
Spread
go
out.
hide.
Oh, moose mine.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Good spread.
Second bots. Dodge.
I've got a buff.
Okay.
I've got him.
Dodge.
Spread. Again, shouldn't happen, but now we're here.
I got him, dude.
Cool. Yeah, sorry for fucking up one of those buffs.
I know this was a dead pull, but there's multiple people just standing in the stack and waiting for people with fair to walk into the stack. It's pretty easy to just walk to the person with the fair.
Help, 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 help.
Save them a stack. 3 stacks is death.
I had 3 stacks there. It was pretty fun.
Is Deathstroke better than Affliction here?
No.
Yes.
Well, it is for DPS purposes.
Okay.
What do you want, man?
I just want to know if Deathstroke is better than Affliction.
It's not.
And why are you Deathstroke?
It is overall.
Aren't Aflocks like the best DPSers for almost everything?
Not for this. Demonology is actually even better than F on this, like including the last phase. Affliction scales really well with the buffs, but Destruction and Demonology take over in phase 2 quite substantially.
But it's more survivable if you're F, right?
Yeah. F gives you survivability and good execute damage in the last phase, so it's still good. But for just overall damage, Destruction and Demonology are pretty good as well.
Demonology.
Yeah, they're second and third.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Right, Obi-Wan.
I mean, I'm about
Melee
to kill
spread.
myself, so I guess I'm kind of Obi-Wan.
Got the boss.
Whoa, spoilers, dude.
I've got a buff. I got him.
Dodge.
Ooh, what the fuck, man? Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it looked pretty funny. He didn't move suddenly, he moved like gradually.
Drop your orbs and then collect after the cone.
Spread.
Got a buff.
Collect after cone now.
Got the buff.
Oh, I'm muted. Alright.
Drop after the cone.
I think this is the one where you take 3 spine.
Cool.
Defeated be running as soon as it starts. Now be running. Go.
I need an S. Oh.
Get your buffs and spread.
Got him.
Second pot.
So many people not spreading, guys. Got lucky. Dodge.
I've got a buff.
It's fine.
Take 3 and I'll turn him off. Yeah. Got him.
Dodge. Be spread.
Come on. Get nice. I don't know
Yeah,
where.
the C's on the other side. Well, both of them are.
Get behind the boss.
That Spirit Link is, I kind of like that timing.
I forgot to use it.
Yeah.
Be spread,
but
guys.
If we have it.
Get ready to escort the bombs. Be spread. Bombs go.
How many healers are there?
I've got the buff. Ah.
Everyone now.
With you, mate.
Yeah, when you're escorting, you have to go as slow as the slowest link.
I was.
You were, because I wasn't in it.
Yeah, they just insta-died as soon as they lag behind, for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, you take damage from the
stats.
Ticking. No, not just the stats. Having the soul bomb and the soul burst does damage to you on its own. So you need to be in the bubble to not die from it, or just keep out healing it basically. And if there's too many healers dead at that point, you don't have anyone to heal up the damage.
I did feel like a cleaner transition.
Like if we get to the third bomb, what do the soul bursts do when we sacrifice the healer?
They stack
do
on.
they stack on
Yeah.
the tank in the raid?
Yes. Just
Oh, yeah, okay.
behind the boss. Yeah. And the soul bomb person needs to get as far away as possible, but try to stay alive as long as you can.
That was my fault on the escort, my bad.
Can I just make a comment as well on the transition into phase 2?
No, I think-
Don't leave people with fear by themselves.
No.
Yeah.
I think that might just be because people are dead, so there's not enough people left.
No, there was like 11 people up. No, it's more than
More than that, yeah.
Was it the third bomb site that's the healer sacrificed?
Yes.
Yes.
On
It's
the second
bomb,
one.
burst, bomb, burst, bomb,
It's
burst.
every odd, except for the very first.
So on the ones tanks are taking, are we tanks always taking it just behind the boss?
Yes.
Yes.
After
That's what
after Re1 takes us to Africa.
But
The
we
very
also
first
take
one.
even ones spine.
Yeah, you take every single.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Now they be spread.
I've got the buff.
We'll do some testing after this one, okay?
Well.
No, I just pre-popped earlier.
Got it.
Ah.
Dodge.
Why is it?
Don't collect your gift until the con.
I've got a buff.
Collect.
I should have it.
Don't drop your buff until after the cone.
You're taking 3's fine.
No worries.
Dodge.
Never does it.
Collect your buff and spread.
I got him.
Second pots. Dodge.
Got your fingers.
I've got the buffs.
Get your buffs.
Spread out.
Not yet.
Oh, that's my bad then. When is the
Now.
Now's the spread. The buffs are still up. You know, we never spread while the buffs are still up.
No, but this cone was. This was this only the 5th cone?
Yes.
This was the 5th and it wasn't delayed or anything. It's just.
Okay.
Just called it.
I just miscalled it.
Well, we have made it or not?
Just about, I think. Especially if it have not lost Bum and Braccio. Both of you had fear. Is that not having an escort, I guess?
No.
I want to came.
Just no one where.
Yeah, I
where
ditched
was
Ratio to drop the buff.
I didn't get any heals.
Okay.
Ooh. I got 3 stacks.
People need to pay far more attention than what they are to escorts. There's a bunch of people that are, but some people are just auto-piloting away from them. Not realizing that not paying attention, it kills people.
Edge of obliteration. 0.8 physical. Oh, every 2 secs for 12 seconds. I didn't know it dots. Thought we just hurt.
We'll have one more, guys. I feel like I'd be quite happy if our only source of, or our only consistent source of deaths was people not being escorted, because then we can fix it. But people still struggling to deal with their own survivability.
I feel like that's probably the last mechanic that we consistently get fixed though, because it requires communication.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of chatter on Discord during the polls. There's a lot coming from the tanks, and I think it's necessary for you guys at the moment while you're still figuring out who takes what slashes.
Because it's random from time to
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm struggling to communicate with people. I'm having to talk over people, so I don't know. Maybe we just think about fixing that for Sunday, particularly when the overlaps come out.
I guess we could be more succinct.
Not to call out anyone specifically because it was Braccio or Rumblast at this time, but I'm pretty sure that if you check the other tries, people are gonna have the same story. But both of you died from the dots, but neither of you used the health stone. And I'm pretty sure if you go through the logs and you look at a lot of people dying from dots that are not using health stones, and that's just you are also responsible for your own health.
Well, I
Stop
had 3
blame
stacks.
healers.
I don't think any healing would fix that.
Ooh, what?
I mean, you're right. I
Melee
could
spread.
use those, but
You're probably gonna die regardless if you have 3 stacks, but it's better than not using it because you get like 3 uses of it in one
Yeah.
try.
Makes sense.
Got him.
Sorry, man.
Dodge. Don't collect your buff until the cone.
Got a buff.
Dodge. Don't deposit your buff until the cone.
Need an escort.
On you.
Dodge. Get your buffs and
Spread out.
spread.
Second ball.
Push, push. Dodge.
The timing is brutal.
Keep pushing. Dodge.
I should have called it there then.
Yeah.
Because that was early compared to the last one.
Hey, got to transition. Right.
Are we going? Are we wiping? What's happening?
We're
It's-
dead.
We're dead.
One more, please.
Nah, I'm out.
It's already been 3 hours.
We're gonna have 50 more on Sunday.
I think a good thing for me and Gal to do is take a page out of Rewon's book, because Rewon adjusted his taunt so it does a /say that he's taunted.
I'd
So I
probably
think if
do
we
whispers because the /say is really chatty as it is with the various boss mods and stuff.
Well, the point is that the speech bubble. Well, actually, no, whispers don't appear as a speech bubble.
No.
do they?
Whispers make a sound.
Just make, yeah, just make like a sound or something, right?
You can make a weak aura to trigger
Yep.
on a certain whisper. So you get an icon on your screen saying who's taunted.
You certainly can.
No.
Well,
I can't stop taunting.
I can even make it for you if you pay me.
Just before everybody jumps off Discord, though, the only thing I can suggest people do, I think there may be some people who still aren't 100% sure on what they need to be doing when they get the various soul blights. If you're one of those people, don't just sit there quietly hoping that you just don't get the bad timing on the soul blights. Either talk about it in Discord, ask about it, or do what I've been doing the last few days, just hammer Phase 1 videos of Argus. You can literally watch a minute of every fight on YouTube, and you'll see it from all different angles and all different timings, and try to ingrain that in your mind, because we're getting to that point now where that's the only thing stopping us from going forward. And we might get it to the point where like 15 people in the raid are comfortable with it, and what I don't want to be doing is just relying on RNG, relying on the fact that those 15 people are the only people who get the bad timing.
But like, there's one of the timings. I think it's
God,
like
it's
in the,
lagging fine. I'm not doing this. I'm not.
in the third cone, where literally the rage goes off just as you're dropping soul bite and you take a 6 million hit.
From the rage.
Like, no, you take a 4 million, or like, I linked it in Discord. Oh, I linked it in the wrong Discord.
I can't see your wrong Discord.
Okay, yeah, but like, I took a 4 million hit, and then 0.7 seconds later, I take the 2 million hit.
Yeah, but you were on 56% HP before the rage got in. You should have Hellstone before.
Yeah, but with that one, whenever it goes off, what I learned the hard way, what I have to do, just go in the back, and then whenever he starts casting, I just run with it to the side, diagonally a bit. And I mean, I drop it not in the very nice position, but it doesn't kill me. It sort of might get in the way of some people at some point, but
If we're looking at the third
in the
cone, if we look at the third cone, that's the second set of soul blight orbs, and there's a rage that goes off just before the cone there. Unfortunately, that is for the healing cooldowns. Currently, that is where Jen sort of relies on us all to be stacked up, so she's popping her cooldown then, and it requires spot healing from Tefiti, Sveta, and myself on the Soulblight people. So that is just something we may have to pay even more attention to. I'm not going game spec for this, but so my contribution is only that much.
I'm trying to feed while everyone's spread. It's fine.
I love the weak aura that you gave me. It's so brilliant. I think it was the blighted people healing was much better. I was really focusing on putting atonements on all of them and shielding them.
Does Sven have
It's
that
getting
weak
better.
aura?
It's getting better.
But that's the last rage, and it's an extra one. and we were trapped anyway. So
Yeah, I'm just saying for the future, if you see that I'm casting, just try to move further away. Okay?
yeah,
'Cause
but we're
one
not supposed.
radiance is more important than one lightning bolt.
I know, but we were trapped anyway from the circle around the room, and we were tight with the extra reach. So there was nowhere to run. That's the one you're talking about.
That's also basically the case that you're supposed to avoid the timing of that, because that's just after the 5th cone. We should never have that.
Yeah, exactly. If you get that with the circle, there's absolutely no way you not give someone raid.
Well, the whole reason to push the phase before that is because you've got a cone into Soulblight Orbs, into Gaze, that you have to deal with while the room is only a sixth of what it usually is.
Mhm.
So you want to avoid that at all costs, and we're pushing through it now, and we're losing people to mechanics that when we pull everything off correctly, we don't have to deal with.
But so many times we had like 1% sure. We had like 4, 5 tries.
And
with
every
1%
single
sure.
time that was with at least one person dead.
I think we only had one pull where the only death we had was a healer, and we still missed it by 1%. But then we got like a torrent of various reasons why people's DPS was lower than usual. So maybe it was just a bad pull.
Phil.
That was.
Oh, was that Vilsonist? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced though that we're losing a lot of DPS to people not confidently managing their stacks. So getting muddled up with having to move out for Soul Blight and not getting back in for the stacks, and by all means it's a safety first situation, we don't want you causing wipes, but as people get more comfortable I think we'll get a better uptime on the buffs. It'd be interesting to see how many of the transitions did we do where the people who were left alive at that point had all 5 stacks. I bet it's not many.
Are we definitely meant to get that 5th stack, even if we push?
If we do it correctly, we don't have the 5th, I think.
Okay, 4 stacks, whatever.
Yeah, but we had 4 tries with 1% off.
Yeah,
at least 4 tries.
we're close.
We did it once.
Did we?
Yeah, we beat the 8th one.
Yeah, we did it once with like 3 people dead as well. It's just it completely depends on how well people handle their stacks and if you get good tries. Because last try was good in terms of living. There was one person that died. It was Alpha, I think, and the rest was fine. And we didn't make it by like a 1% because the DPS was just bad to try, and that is gonna happen at times as well.
Yep.
Where you actually execute, but the DPS was low, and you miss it. But at that point, it's fine. Just you can get into phase 2 with an extra stack. It doesn't matter. But you need to not panic when the transition starts, because I feel like people kill each other whenever the transition starts every time.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. It's because people
And
are
I don't
afraid
know
of being
why.
in front of the boss.
Yeah,
First.
just you can run through him, run to the other side of the room. Like there's no risk of dying.
Well, not on the other side of the room, because there's a deadly
Yeah, as long as you stay
storm
inside
going
of the
on.
storm, but you can walk all the way to the back of the room again.
The
People
problem
are
is that
not-
there's also soul blights going on. So there's people that are trying to not kill other people with their soul blight, who are dodging people with the rage, who are also dodging people with the fear, where they should actually be stacking. There's just a little bit of a.
Well, that's why, because that might actually be something you should do, is we don't tank the boss at the back of the room like you're planning on doing. Because the boss ends up in where you want the boss to be tanked, like the skull marker thing you placed there. That's where the boss ends up from phase 1.
Mhm.
But we moved the boss back to the other side again, which means people are gonna follow the boss into a clear area.
That, yeah, I can see your point there.
Yeah, that makes
We
better
can
sense.
switch that around, I suppose.
Yeah, there's nothing significant about our current positioning as long as the 2 points are opposite.
Because the markers that you put up, the orange and the other one, I think it was purple. I'm not sure.
Skull.
But the orange one was supposed to be the drop-off point for the the aiming point for
Yeah, you can
the
put it
soul
on the other
bombs.
side.
Oh my god! Autograph. Can I get an autograph?
And that had nothing to do with positioning in phase 3, where we bait or we stay out of the size, right? I mean, you've not.
Phase
put
3
up-
positioning is completely irrelevant compared to phase 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And you have plenty of markers.
Sure.
We don't even
yeah.
have markers for drop-off point. We just have we tank the boss on the east side of the room and we run to the west side of the room, or the way around. We tank the boss on the west side of the room and we drop the bombs on the east side.
Is that because you like dropping bombs on the east side?
Yeah, I like dropping bombs in the Middle East.
I was going for just for Eastern Europe, but
Okay.
no, okay.
No, I'm not sure where you were going. So, like...
Trying to kill me.
Why do you want to kill dead totems? Why?
Oh shit, I'm not muted.
Later, guy.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Have I said anything in the past 10 minutes?
No,
No.
you've been nice and quiet.
Past 3 hours.
I'm not miserable, Jen.
You are.
That's
He
just,
just-
the way my voice sounds.
He's just very low energy.
Miserable
Except when he's got
woman.
infinite, because when he has infinite, he goes mental.
Do you want me to say it sound like this? Hey, Jen.
No problem.
No problem.
You sound like a bender now.
Oh, you can't win, can I?
Well, what makes you think benders are
Bender or
losing?
Bender or Brummy, pick Jen.
I think benders are better than brummies.
Brummy bender.
I could open a gay bar, Brummy Benders.